Brothers and sisters, I want to invite you to pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and let this truth settle in your heart. You do not have to tell everyone your problems. You see, our problems, they are heavy, they are real. They press on the chest, whisper in the night, echo in the hours when the world is quiet and our soul is awake. And it is natural to want someone to listen, to share, to validate our pain. But my dear friends, sharing does not always mean unburdening. Sometimes, the greater burden is placed not only on what we carry, but on how and with whom we carry it. When you tell everyone your problems, you exchange something precious, your vulnerability, your rawness, your surrender to Allah for a fleeting moment of human sympathy. And that moment might not carry the lift your soul truly needs. You see, Allah asks and says, "And whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he doesn't expect." Quran 65 and 2-3, this promise is not for the loud, the showy, the ones whose problems are always public for approval. It is for the one who fears Allah, who trusts Him when the world cannot see, when the heart cannot shout. Holding your problem in the quiet of your heart, between you and Allah, this is not weakness, this is strength, this is faith. Because you are saying, "Oh Allah, I may not have all the solutions, I may not have all the words, but you are all-knower, you are my helper, you are my sustainer." When the echo in your chest becomes too loud, turn to Him. Not because He needs to hear you, He already knows. But you need to place your trust to let your soul settle in His remembrance. And yes, there is a time and there is a place to reach out, to share with a trusted soul. But discern carefully, is this sharing going to lighten your burden, or shift it into someone else's hands and perhaps open you again to judgment, misunderstanding, or gossip? Some pains are private. Some wounds heal in the secret acts of turning to Allah in the night dew, in the sujood where your forehead meets the earth and you whisper His name. You might ask, will I remain alone? No, you will become stronger, you will become rooted. Because in times of difficulty, when you rely on Allah instead of relying solely on people, you build a reservoir of inner strength. You build something unshakable. Your test becomes not a weapon against you, but a witness for you. You discover that your heart can carry hardship and still sing gratitude. You discover that your patience does not bury you, but elevates you. So my message to you today, trust Allah, stay strong and reconsider who you tell. Protect your heart. Guard your inner world. Let your problems be entrusted first to the one who created you, who knows you, and who will never disappoint you. In the stillness of your soul, find the strength to say, "Oh Allah, I have placed my pain with you. I may not have the words to express it. I may not have the people to understand it, but I have you." As you walk out of this moment, know this: the journey ahead may be hard, but you are not without strength. The nights may whisper doubt, but you have a Lord who turns them into dawns. The valley may feel endless, but you carry within you the anchor of remembrance. Do not give every voice the key to your pain. Reserve the deepest chambers of your heart for Allah's light. And in that light you will find that your burden, though heavy, does not remain unlifted. When life begins to feel unbearably heavy, when the heart aches under the weight of what it carries, we often look around hoping that someone will understand. We want someone to listen, someone to see what we're going through, someone to tell us that everything will be okay. But sometimes the more we speak, the emptier we feel, because what we truly need cannot be found in the sympathy of people. It can only be found in the quiet company of Allah. There is a sacred strength in silence, the kind of silence that doesn't mean indifference, but surrender. The kind of silence where the heart whispers, "Wa Allah, you know." You don't need to explain your pain to the one who already sees every tear before it falls. You don't need to justify your feelings to the one who created your heart. You don't need to search for validation in people who are struggling to understand their own stories. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to sit in front of your Lord with your head bowed and your eyes wet and say nothing at all, because He already knows. You see, we live in a world where everyone is encouraged to speak, to share, to express. But not every story is meant for public display. Not every pain needs to be exposed. Some wounds heal best in private, in the unseen space between you and your Creator. There are problems that are not meant to be told, not because they don't matter, but because they are sacred moments between you and the one who is teaching you through them. When you start telling everyone your problems, you hand over pieces of your heart to people who cannot carry them. You begin to depend on their responses, their empathy, their words of comfort. And when they fall short, you feel even more broken. But when you tell Allah, there is no disappointment. When you turn to Him, there is no rejection. When you confide in Him, there is no fear of being misunderstood. He listens without interruption, He heals without judgment, and He gives without limit. The Prophet A taught us that whoever puts their trust in Allah, He will be sufficient for them. Think about that. Sufficient. Not partial comfort, not momentary relief, but complete sufficiency. Allah does not only take away the problem, He replaces it with peace. The heart that trusts Allah doesn't need constant explanations from the world. It rests in the knowledge that even if no one understands, Allah does, and that is enough. Sometimes your silence is not weakness. It is protection. Protecting your heart from being pulled in too many directions. Protecting your story from being mishandled. Protecting your peace from unnecessary noise. Silence allows space for reflection, for dua, for deep conversation with Allah. And in that quiet, something miraculous happens. The pain begins to transform. It doesn't vanish overnight, but it softens. It becomes bearable, because you are no longer carrying it alone. And yes, there are moments when you may need to seek counsel, to speak to someone wise, someone trustworthy. Islam does not ask you to isolate yourself. But even then, you choose carefully. You share with intention, not desperation. You seek help for healing, not attention. There is a difference between seeking support and seeking sympathy. Support uplifts you, while sympathy often keeps you tied to your pain. The truth is, strength is not found in how much we can endure on our own. True strength is found in how much we can surrender to Allah. The world teaches us that being strong means never breaking. But faith teaches us that strength is in knowing where to turn when we do break. It's okay to fall apart if you know who to fall before. It's okay to cry, to question, to ache, so long as your heart keeps turning toward Him. And when you do, you'll begin to notice something subtle yet profound. The same storm that once terrified you begins to reveal its beauty. The same difficulty that once felt like punishment starts to look like a lesson. You realize that Allah never wanted to break you. He wanted to bring you back. Every unanswered question, every unspoken pain, every sleepless night becomes a bridge leading you closer to Him. So, if you are carrying something today that feels too heavy to speak about, don't rush to share it with people. Take it to the one who can handle it fully. Cry to Him. Speak to Him in the stillness of your room, in your sujud, in the spaces no one sees. Tell Him the words you cannot say out loud, because He listens to what is never spoken, and He answers what is never asked aloud. And know this, what you keep between you and Allah will never be wasted. Every tear shed for His sake, every silent prayer, every moment of patience, He records it all. One day when you look back, you will see that He was writing your story in a way that made you stronger, softer, and closer to Him. So stay strong, not with loud resilience, but with quiet trust. Trust that Allah knows, Allah hears, and Allah is taking care of what you cannot control. Let people see your peace, not your pain. Let them see your strength, not your struggle. And let your heart rest in the certainty that the one who brought you to this point will never abandon you here. In the end, what matters is not how loudly you spoke of your problems, but how deeply you trusted the one who could solve them. True peace doesn't come from being heard by people. It comes from being understood by Allah. And that understanding, that's where your healing begins. There are moments in life when the weight of your problems feels unbearable, when it seems like no one could possibly understand the storm inside you. You look around, searching for someone to confide in, someone who will make it make sense, someone who will listen without judgment. But sometimes, no matter how many people you talk to, the ache remains. That's because the comfort you seek is not found in people. It's found in Allah. The peace you are searching for has always been with the one who created your heart in the first place. We live in a time where everyone is speaking, everyone is sharing, and everyone wants to be heard. Yet the more we speak, the emptier we feel. Because there is a kind of healing that comes not from words, but from silence. Not from being understood by the world, but from being understood by the one who made you. When you stop trying to explain your pain to everyone around you and instead start whispering your secrets to Allah, that's when the healing begins. You see, people can listen, but only to a certain point. They can comfort you, but they cannot change your destiny. They can offer sympathy, but they cannot write peace into your heart. Only Allah can do that. Only He knows the full story, the thoughts you never shared, the tears no one saw, the fears you never spoke. When you turn to Him, you are turning to the only one who truly knows you. Sometimes we tell people our problems because we're desperate to be understood. But the truth is, not everyone has the capacity to understand. Some may listen, but not with the intention to help, only to know. Some may sympathize today and gossip tomorrow. Some may genuinely want to help, but their words, though kind, cannot reach the depth of your pain. And so you are left feeling even more alone. That's when you realize your heart was never meant to be filled by people. It was meant to be filled by Allah. The most peaceful souls are not the ones who never face hardship. They are the ones who face it quietly with Allah by their side. They don't need to broadcast their pain to be seen. They don't need to explain their journey to be validated. They walk through storms with calmness because they know that the one guiding them will never abandon them. Their silence is not weakness, it is trust. Their patience is not passivity, it is faith. When you stop telling everyone your problems, something shifts inside you. You begin to find your strength in solitude. You begin to understand that being alone with Allah is not loneliness, it's connection. In those moments of stillness, when your heart is raw and your eyes are wet, that's when you find Him most near. That's when you realize that you were never walking alone. There's a beauty in being unseen by people but known deeply by Allah. There's comfort in knowing that you don't have to explain yourself to be understood. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your heart is to protect it, to stop giving it away to those who don't know how to handle it. Protect your peace by keeping your conversation sacred. Let your soul speak to Allah before it speaks to the world. This doesn't mean you shouldn't seek help when you truly need it. There are times when reaching out is necessary, and Islam encourages us to seek counsel. But even then, your ultimate dependence should remain with Allah. Speak to people when you must, but always begin and end with Him. Because even if the entire world came together to help you, nothing would happen unless He willed it. And even if the entire world conspired against you, they could never harm you unless He allowed it. There is power in saying, Allah is enough for me. Those words carry the strength of surrender. They remind your heart that you don't need to control everything. You just need to trust the one who does. When your chest feels tight and your thoughts are loud, sit in stillness and say, Ya Allah, you know. You don't need to have perfect words. You don't need to make sense of it all. Just let your heart speak in its brokenness. Because the one who hears your silence will answer in ways words never could. Every hardship you face is not a punishment. It's a call back to Him. When people fail to understand, Allah draws you closer so that you realize that His understanding was always enough. When you stop chasing comfort in the world, you start finding peace in prayer. When you stop seeking validation from people, you start feeling secure in His love. So the next time you are tempted to share your pain with the world, pause. Ask yourself, will this bring me closer to peace or will it make the wound deeper? Instead of reaching for your phone, raise your hands in dua. Instead of posting your pain, prostrate before the one who can change your condition in an instant. Let your tears fall where they are meant to, before Allah, not before the world. Because when you trust Allah with your problems, you hand them to the most capable of hands. You give your burden to the one who not only carries it, but transforms it into mercy. You may not see it now, but one day, you will look back and realize that every unanswered prayer, every silent night, every tear you cried was preparing you for something greater. So don't tell everyone your problems. Tell the one who already knows. Trust Allah even when you don't understand the plan. Stay strong even when the road feels long. Remember, your silence with Him is not emptiness, it's intimacy. Your tears are not a sign of despair. They are a sign that your heart still knows where to turn. And when you place your trust completely in Allah, you will find something far more powerful than relief. You will find peace. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances or people or outcomes. The kind of peace that stays even when everything else falls apart. That is the peace of the one who trusts Allah and stays strong. There comes a point in every soul's journey when words no longer help. You've spoken your pain, you've cried your heart out, you've explained yourself over and over again, but still no one truly understands. You start to realize that no amount of talking can take away the ache inside. Because what you're looking for is not in people's understanding, it's in Allah's mercy. Sometimes silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Sometimes your silence is your soul's way of saying, I've said enough to the world. Now I'll speak only to the one who created it. People often believe that sharing everything lightens the load. But there are burdens that only Allah can carry. There are wounds so deep that words can't reach them, only prayer can. And so, while others are busy trying to explain their hearts to the world, you learn to whisper your secrets into the night, knowing that there is one who hears even what is not spoken. The world teaches us that strength means sharing loudly, showing our struggles, proving our resilience. But faith teaches something different. True strength isn't in how many people know your pain. It's in how sincerely you hand that pain to Allah. It's in how quietly you endure, how deeply you trust, how firmly you hold on to hope when no one else believes it will get better. Strength is not always visible. Sometimes it's hidden in the silent tears of the believer who says, "Oh Allah, I don't know how, but I trust that you will make a way." When you tell everyone your problems, you open yourself to their opinions, their judgments, their limited understanding. But when you tell Allah, you open yourself to peace, because He never misinterprets. He never tires of listening. He never forgets what you told Him in your pain. He responds in ways the world could never understand. Sometimes through ease, sometimes through patience, sometimes through a lesson that transforms you forever. There is a reason Allah calls Himself as Sami, the all-hearing. You don't need to shout for Him to listen. He hears the trembling in your voice, the sigh in your chest, the unspoken dua that never makes it past your lips. He hears the wa Allah hidden between your heartbeats. So when you feel like no one is listening, remind yourself, He always is. Many of us go through seasons of hardship, trying desperately to find someone who will take away the pain. But the truth is, no one can. They might comfort you, yes, but they cannot heal what they didn't break. They can hold your hand, but they cannot mend your heart. That's not their role, that's Allah's. He is the healer of what no one else can see. He is the one who turns wounds into wisdom and tears into strength. Sometimes, Allah allows you to feel isolated so that you stop depending on people who were never meant to hold your soul. He lets the doors of the world close so that you will finally knock on His. He removes certain supports not to hurt you, but to show you that He was the only support you ever needed. You think you've lost everything, but in reality, you've been redirected back to the source of everything. There is beauty in quiet trust. The kind of trust that doesn't demand answers, but believes in divine wisdom. The kind of trust that says, even this pain has a purpose. Because Allah never gives a heart more than it can bear, and He never burdens you without a reason. Every hardship is carrying within it a gift. Sometimes you just can't see it yet. When your heart is heavy, talk to Allah. Tell Him how it feels. Tell Him what you can't tell anyone else. You don't need perfect words, you just need sincerity. And when you finish speaking, sit quietly and listen, because sometimes the answer comes not in words, but in peace. The moment your chest begins to feel lighter, that's His response. The moment your tears stop flowing and your breathing softens, that's His mercy wrapping around you. The world may not see your struggles. People may think you're fine when you're breaking inside. But remember, Allah sees. He counts every tear, records every sigh, and knows every effort you make to stay patient. He never leaves you unseen, never leaves your pain unaccounted for. So hold on, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Stop running from heart to heart, looking for peace that only exists in turning to Him. Stop explaining your wounds to those who cannot heal them. Turn to the one who says, "Call upon me, I will respond to you." That is not a promise from a human being. That is a promise from your Lord. And His promises never fail. Maybe right now you're in a place where you feel unseen, unheard, unappreciated. Maybe you're exhausted from holding everything together while the world thinks you're okay. But know this, you are not alone. You are being held in ways you cannot yet perceive. Allah is working on your heart in silence. He is preparing you for the day when everything will make sense, when all the pain will turn into gratitude, when every unanswered prayer will show you why it was delayed. Until that day, be patient. Trust Him. You don't need to tell the world what you're going through. You don't need everyone to understand. All you need is Allah. And when He becomes enough for you, you'll stop needing validation from anyone else. You'll stop seeking comfort in temporary words because you'll have found peace in His remembrance. In the end, every problem we face is just another opportunity to return to Him. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every trial is a reminder. Don't depend on people, depend on Allah. Don't tell everyone your problems. Tell the one who already knows. And when you do, you'll discover a strength within you that the world cannot shake, a calm that no chaos can steal. Because when your heart is anchored in Allah, you don't just survive the storm, you find peace within it. May Allah make us among those who trust Him in the unseen. May He grant us strength when our weakness feels loudest. And may He turn our trials into testimonies of His mercy, our silence into a means of connection with Him, our endurance into a reflection of our faith. Jazakum Allah khairan for listening. Go forth in peace, rooted in faith, upheld by Allah.